Mr. Ram Babu, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, my greeting to all. I'm Neelu Hasamal, and I'm very glad to say that even our host speaker is also a very dynamic personality. So are you excited for this section?
Yes.
Yes. So this section will go for 1 hour 50 minutes. And please respect the time. And host speaker has given 40 minutes. KAVITA RAMCHAND, after 35 minutes, I will show you this red. Can you see?
Yes.
So 35 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes, you can wrap up your speech. And please, it's my humble request to mute your mic and switch on this videos so we can see each other. And now, first of all, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sandra. She is going to introduce our host speaker, KAVITA RAMCHAND. Please, round of very big applause for Sandra.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm an old Toastmaster about 25 years, and I'm from Canada, near Toronto. So it's Eastern Standard Time. And so I am 10:30 in the morning on Sunday. And I believe many of you are in your evenings there. This just drives me crazy with a good way, because I laugh a lot when Babu sends me good morning from India, and I'm thinking, I'm ready for bed. So it's great fun. And I'm seeing that many of us on here are coaches and many of us are Toastmasters. The way I came to sharEvery was Ram Babu chased me down on Facebook, and he didn't let go. And so eventually when somebody from another country gets in there and we start a little conversation, quite often I decide to go forward. In other words, other times we're not sure whether it's a hack. So once we get that all sorted out, we're away. So we've become good friends. Today, I'm really excited to be introducing KAVITA RAMCHAND. Again, another coach. She's a life transformation coach from Mauritius, which I had to look up in the map a few weeks ago when I met someone else from Mauritius. Is that where you're from as well, Neelu?
Correct.
Okay, that's what it was. That's when I had to look it up. And I was really intrigued because, like so many of us, we come to that crossroads in our life where we just kind of fall apart. Life just isn't what we were expecting. And so many times I think it's because we're trying to be whatever we think the world is telling us we're supposed to be. So there's that society thing. And for me, there's a generational thing. I have a background from England. My great-great-great-grandpa came from England. And along with that came the Puritans, and along with that came the worth ethic that you work hard to make a living and you give away everything that God gave you as a free gift. Well, that turns out to be all crap. Not that we shouldn't help people with our gift, but we need to be doing what comes naturally to us, because that is our gift. So I still struggle. I'm going to be very happy to hear from KAVITA. Even today, I still struggle to say, okay, I'm providing a service, and so I should be paid for that as a fee, versus my financial planning career, where you keep giving away service, give away service, give away service, and then make a living when you make a sale and make a commission. Many people have found themselves stuck in those unsatisfying jobs. They're looking for a career, probably having a few issues at home and in relationships as well, because we just haven't learned to be ourselves, and that's enough. And then to be aware of how other people are. Here's a quote from KAVITA. Our habits and behaviors reflect in our children. The best way to ensure long-term success for the generations after us is that we ourselves grow in awareness and take control of our minds. End of quote. And I really honor that, KAVITA.
Thank you, Sandra.
So with that, today, the science of growing rich, or is growing rich?
Of growing rich.
Right. The science of growing rich is just another way of us looking at our hopefully we're looking at our money or maybe the abundance of our lives. So with that, let's look for the surprise from KAVITA. Everyone help me welcome KAVITA Ramchand.
Thank you, everybody. And I will not waste any more time. I'll start my presentation because it's quite long. And I would like to have your undivided attention so that everyone can make the most of this. First and foremost, welcome to one and all. Respected Ram Babu, as Coach Sandra said, I had the same experience of Coach Ram Babu after me to do something. And he just said one thing that hooked me to him. He said, "Ma'am, I'm on a mission." That's it. When somebody's on a mission, I'm engaged. So I was with him on his mission, and today I'm here to speak to you. So I am grateful to all of you. Thank you for your presence. Without you, I won't even be here. So thank you very much. I'm grateful for everyone. Now, I'd like to thank my gurus. I've had the privilege of studying under the Chinmaya mission, Advaita Vedanta philosophy for about 4 years. I've had the privilege to take a course from Sadhguru called Inner Engineering. But my mentors who tied everything down for me were Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher. These are from these mentors, these people from an extraordinary lineage coming down from Andrew Carnegie have saved my life. So I have no words to thank them for what they did for me. And after my own life transformed, that's all I knew I had to do was share this knowledge with the world. So Bob and Sandy, thank you. So I want this R. Everybody, if you have a pen and paper right now, put a big R on it and let this represent your results. And if you have, on the left side, you can write H, that represents happiness, health, and wealth. So I would just like to mention my results when I was about 42 years old. Before 40, my life was very happy, I was very healthy, and I was wealthy. Life was good and rocking. After age 40, suddenly everything started spiraling downwards. Health, my happiness, my health, my wealth. Happiness was totally negative. Health was negative, and my wealth was status quo. And I just couldn't figure out what was going wrong in my life. Everything seemed to be going against what was planned for my life and spiraling fast. So I was at a very low point in life when I had to seek for help, which I didn't know how to solve myself. So when I was just backing up for a minute, I was on a trip to India for a holiday. When I went for just a medical checkup, I was told to be admitted in the hospital for 2 blood transfusions because my hemoglobin had fallen down to a point where I could have collapsed even sitting in that plane coming to India. I didn't know what was wrong with me. The doctors further diagnosed that I had developed hypothyroid, for which I would need medication for life. Now, these were results I didn't like, but I was unwilling to accept this as the reality for my life. I made a decision in the hospital that day that I'm going to find my happy, healthy, wealthy self. I was already wealthy, but my happy and healthy self back. And when I asked the doctor, what does it mean to have hypothyroid? The doctor said, your growth hormones are not working. I was 40. I thought to myself, what is there more to grow? I'm already a grown-up. I'm already an adult. And I seem to be growing more in size than anything else. So I was gaining weight very badly, and I just didn't understand what was happening. So then coming back to Mauritius after that holiday somebody invited me to join an entrepreneur success summit. Since I was an entrepreneur, I still am an entrepreneur. I went for the summit, and the person who was from the UK, he asked a question. He asked us all, what is your goal? And as an entrepreneur, I was writing down, my goal is my business turnover. And his next sentence stopped me in my tracks. He said, if you don't have a goal, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying, because nothing rests in the universe. That was the sentence that changed everything for me, because I connected growing and my growth hormones and thought maybe I'm dying. That's what it means, because I was not growing. That's what I got, hypothyroid. So I needed to find out what is the connection between goal and growing. And this is a question I want to ask all of you. Do you know how to grow more? You are an adult already. You grew from a baby to now. What is there to grow more? Because from what we've heard, we grow old or we retire. Is that really what growth is all about? And coming from an Indian background, all I've seen of my mother and my grandmothers is they just grow older. I don't see anything new happening in their lives after age 40. But my mom was a bit of a difference. She was a go-getter. She would go after what she likes to do, but more or less nothing great. Now, I was already a successful entrepreneur at that time. By my standards, I was already the owner of 2 baby retail shops in Mauritius. I was smiling at my customers, but inside of me, there was something longing for the happy, carefree, simple lifestyle that I used to enjoy, calm and peaceful. And if you know Mauritius, we have nature in full beauty in this country. And I grew up in that, but I never had time to even go to the beach anymore. I was working so hard. I didn't mind working, but then I wanted to enjoy more time, more freedom, money freedom, become more financially free. So that's when I found this book, Think and Grow Rich. Again, it was about growing. How can you think and grow rich? Wow, that's amazing. And this was a book that was inspired by Andrew Carnegie, who in 1908 was the wealthiest man on the planet. He said it's an unfortunate thing that people like him, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, who are financially free and earning so much money, will just go to the grave with all this knowledge locked up in their bones, a knowledge of how we can all live this kind of rich lifestyle. And he was looking for someone to write that book when he attracted Napoleon Hill, who was a simple journalist. Now, Napoleon Hill agreed to do the work against 20 years or plus. It took him 20 years, but he was told that he won't be paid anything to do the work, and if he was still willing to take on the job, he would only be given letters of introduction to the richest and wealthiest people on earth, and he had to go interview them and come up with this book on the laws of achievement. Napoleon said yes, but right after, he asked a question. He asked Andrew Carnegie, how can I write this book when I'm not rich myself? So Andrew Carnegie told him, Napoleon, we are all born with the equivalent of 2 envelopes, every human being. One is labeled riches and one is labeled penalties. And there are 6 riches of life: sound health, peace of mind, doing something you absolutely love, a positive attitude, freedom from fears and worries, and material riches of any amount you want. And when I heard this, I knew in my heart of heart, I want to be rich, in the sense that I wanted to have all of this. All I had in all of this was my material riches, and I still was not happy. I had no peace of mind. And he further on went to say that the person who takes control of his mind will open the envelope of riches. No wonder I started meditating like this lady, so that I could take control of my mind. But then something still was missing. I could not figure out what it is to grow. Then I found these amazing people who are helping people grow. And they come from that extraordinary lineage, and they ensure your success. They were promising me results that would stick if I invested in myself and took their program. Now, mind you, I'm an Indian woman who doesn't invest in herself. I put everybody before me. But that day I made a decision of a lifetime. I invested in their program, and in 2 months, I found the secret to a happy and successful life. It was such a joy that I cannot describe it in words. It transcends words. But I knew at that time I had found my purpose to share this knowledge with the world. So I can tell you without the shadow of a doubt, your success in life is 95% in your mindset. What happened to me in that program was just that my mindset shifted like night and day. And with a change in mindset, my results changed like night and day. I'm sure all of you have been watching the video that Ram Babu shared on WhatsApp about the ghost. That's exactly what it is. It's about, it's profound that I left my entrepreneur business. I mean, my husband still handles it, to launch a coaching institute to grow, because none of us learned this at school. So I want you all to keep your minds open, because minds are like parachutes. They only work when they're open. And to understand further that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn rocket science. It's just a process of relearning. And we are all here to do that. So I want you to ask yourself this question. Have your parents ever asked you, what is your dream? What is the job you would like to do in the world? What have you come here to do? What's your gift? So a flaw has been discovered in the education system. Expected. Let's take an honest look at the situation in the world today. We are living in an era of super advanced medical facilities, and yet diseases are on the rise. We see children are very happy and carefree, but adults become serious and stressed. It's like stress is in fashion. It was like that because I come from a country where there are so many religions. It's quite confusing. And they all say there's only one God, and our God is the only God. Now you can imagine how confused the child gets when they hear all this. I was. People fall in love, they get married, and the divorce rate seems to be on the rise. Families are supposed to be happy and loving institutions, but nowadays we see so many strained relationships at home. Bob Proctor, my mentor, who's one of America's greatest prosperity teacher and teacher from the hit movie, you might know him from the movie and book The Secret. He's a multimillionaire today with just 2 months of high school. We see multimillionaires with no education, not much at least. And we see people who are jobless in spite of multiple degrees. just 1% of the population earns 96% of all the money being earned globally. Human beings are the most intelligent species on planet Earth. We are the crown of creation. So there seems to be a gap, a widening gap. Why do you think this is so? I ask you the question for yourself. We seem to be having superior knowledge, but very inferior results. So where is the problem? Most people are not thinking. When I heard this for the first time, I was like, how is that even possible? We are thinking so much that we are so stressed. That's not thinking. Mental activity is not thinking. And we've heard this, that our mind, our life is a creation of our mind. We are the creators of our reality. We are the creators of our destiny. So how are we creating a world like that? Just like Ram Babu is on a mission, I'm also on a mission. I want peace in the world. I want a great education system so that our children grow up in a world where they see happy individuals. They don't see stressed individuals. Because I can see what's happening to my own children being exposed to a world where everything is going upside down. Man has forgotten that he has a marvelous mind with magnificent powers to create the life of his dreams. Now, there was a doctor in 1934. He said, Dr. Thurman Fleet, he said, doctors are treating symptoms of diseases. They are not treating the root cause, which is found in the mind. And he said that I am going to give you a picture of the mind because no one has ever seen the mind, so that there is order in people's minds. So you have the top circle represents the mind, the bottom circle represents the body. And this stick person looks like a very childish drawing, but let me tell you, it's responsible for thousands of dollars of business. So this stick person is divided, the mind is divided into two parts. We have the conscious mind, we have the subconscious mind, and we have the body. Now, there's a power that is flowing to and through you at all times, till you're alive. It's flowing to and through you. Now, this power, when your mind acts in harmony with the power, you can create your world. Let's understand how the mind works. You have a conscious mind, it's called your thinking or educated mind. This part of your mind can choose to think anything it wants to think. No one can stop you from thinking what you want. It can accept or reject thoughts coming from the outside. If the news is going on bombarding us with economy is bad, or COVID, we have a choice to reject listening to that kind of news and inundate our mind with it. We can originate ideas. This is where inspiration comes from people who originate songs and stuff like that. And you have the subconscious mind, which is your emotional or your feeling mind. And that part of your mind is like the earth. It's totally deductive. Whatever you plant in it, it will grow. And the best part of that part of our mind is that it cannot differentiate real and imagined. So today, if I'm sitting here and imagining myself driving a car that I want, the subconscious mind will believe it if I impress it long enough on it to believe. You have higher intellectual faculties. You have reason, you have imagination, the will, perception, memory, and intuition. And we women have our intuition in high gear mostly. We sense. If our child is not well, we can sense. You think of somebody, the person calls you, or you get an intuition. We are very intuitive. All of us are actually very intuitive. We human beings, the only thing about us compared to the rest of the species is our mind. We have these gifts, and these are the things that have not even been taught to us in school. How many of you were taught to imagine and dream and daydream? You know, we were not taught all that. We were told, stop dreaming, pay attention to your studies. So what happened is, now this is your mind, which is powerful and very magnificent, but the problem lies when you were born. As a baby up to 0 to 5 or 7 years, or I would even say from the time you're in your mom's stomach, your subconscious mind is wide open and you are being programmed. We are programmed genetically, that's why we look like our parents, and we are programmed environmentally. Now, let me tell you one thing. I'm not getting too much into the science of it right now. I'm getting more into the philosophical side of it. But the radio, the TV, the newspaper, other people, we are all sending out sound. And sound is a vibration. The science of it is that your feeling mind, which is your emotional mind, it's energy in motion. It is absorbing like a sponge every vibration coming from the outside world. It has absolutely no control over resisting anything coming from the outside. That's why we say keep a pregnant mother happy. Her vibes are going to her child. Now, if a pregnant mother is not treated well and she's feeling sad, you can imagine what passes down to the child for no fault of the child. And the child will grow up in the world feeling sad without knowing how he's feeling sad. So all these energies go, even the language you speak. If a child is born in India but was raised in China, that child would speak Chinese. He would know a single word of the Indian language because he absorbed the vibrations that came from the Chinese language. Every sound is a vibration, and we all know this. We all know that the Om sound is a vibration. When we do meditation, we are getting in touch with vibrations, higher frequencies. So everything is absorbed at that level. Now, even images, ideas, habits of the people around you just get programmed into your subconscious mind. After age 5 or 7, the child can think on his own because now the conscious mind is developed. But he can think, but then most likely he doesn't because his thinking is already set on autopilot. And that's what we call paradigms. And the child can go up to adulthood and can go up further without thinking all his life. And not only this, if your parents have their own paradigms coming from generations prior, all that goes into the baby. Everything goes into the baby. And that paradigm, if it's not in harmony with the laws of the universe, now we're going to get into the laws in a while, that becomes like a virus code on your operating system. Basically, it's a mental programming. It's not even physical. You cannot even see it. Now, you have an operating system because you don't do so many things on your own. You don't breathe, like your breathing, your digestion, your eyelids. Everything is happening on autopilot for you. A lot of it is already taken care of. But there's a part that gets programmed into you that can be like a virus if it's not in harmony with the laws. I don't see this pandemic in the outer reality as an accident. Most of us have been programmed with virus codes because these laws that we're talking about have been kept hidden from humanity for the longest time. The first law that came out was the law of attraction with the book The Secret. So this is how a child starts to view the world. His perception is already formed by age 5 or 7. And what is happening is we are all fighting each other. A lot of people are blaming each other for things, not understanding that consciously nobody is doing anything bad. Everything is being governed by their paradigms, because it's the subconscious mind, the emotional mind that governs our behavior. So the outer world is continuously giving us superior knowledge. We keep learning, we keep learning, we keep learning, but we keep attracting inferior results because the paradigm is still in our subconscious mind. So what we need is to connect to the wisdom that comes from our inner world. And that, when we get connected to that inner world, we close this gap between superior knowledge and inferior results. We become one, you can say one with the universe or one with the infinite. You see, the universe is abundant and does not wish for anybody to live in poverty. Look at nature. It is full, it is magnificent, it is full of prosperity. There are 7 laws that govern this universe. I'm not going to get into the laws today, we can keep that for another session, but I'd like to talk about the law of vibration. The law of vibration, if you see all these laws, there's not even the law of attraction here. Because the law of attraction, basically, most people understood it wrong from the book The Secret. It's a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. If you are not in a happy state of mind, your emotional mind is down, is feeling sad, is feeling low. Your vibes are low. You can only attract things that are on a low vibration to you. Now, you can tell me, yeah, but this one is doing like that to me, that one is like that, this one is like that. I would tell you, forget everybody else. Forget everyone else. This is your life. Your vibrations are under your control. And that's why they say, if you really want to be happy, Jim Rohn said that. Don't tie your results to people or things. Tied to a goal, and that's when you will start to vibrate at a higher frequency. Because we human beings, we are spiritual beings first. We live in a body and we have a mind. Now your spirit, and this is something that Hinduism, which I studied for so many years, kind of has a flaw, because it kind of insinuates that, you know, the material world is fake, there's no happiness there, you should not be materialistic. Now let me just clarify this. The material world, we were never meant to be attached to it in the first place. We were meant to be creators of it. Your spirit has come to this world to experience the material world. Let's not get this equation reversed. There's nothing materialistic about having an abundance of money. In fact, you should have an abundance of money, because money can help you live a more comfortable life. And when you have an excess of it, you can create so much good in the world. That's all money is meant for. Today, Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, they are building villages in Africa. It costs money to do that. It's not just like first they started by building schools, but then they realized nobody was coming to the schools because the children had to go fetch water. There was no clean water. There was no sanitary. Today, their target is to build a school a day. They are working, they are providing this knowledge to us. We are buying their programs. For every program, they match the dollar and they send it to Africa. They have an unstoppable foundation. If we don't have money, we cannot do anything for the world. I mean, we are just struggling to just make ends meet for ourselves. That's it. That's not what we want. That's not how we want to live. We want to, we all die one day. Every one of us will die. We want to leave something behind that stays on even after we are gone. Today, Andrew Carnegie's name is still being told. Napoleon Hill is still being spoken about. If Andrew Carnegie made 5-6 millionaires in his life, Napoleon Hill, through that book of his, created millions of millionaires. And you can only become that kind of a person if you learn all these laws and you adhere to these laws. The law of vibration states that you need to be always in a high vibration. Feel good no matter what. There's always a good in everything that happens. Some storms come into your life. There will be storms, but they don't come to hurt you. They come to clear your path. Think of it like that. Whatever you have to think to make your vibrations go up, think of it like that, and it will go up. So I'm not going to get into the laws. We won't have time, but it will be for another session. So it's all about getting your marvelous mind, understanding it, and working in harmony with these laws that govern the mind. And that is essential that you learn, because otherwise your life is just going to, I don't know, that's it. What's the point? You want to live, and you want to live well. And that's what I assume everybody wants. So let me just get into the law of polarity here. The law of polarity states that everything has an opposite. You have a negative and you have a positive. Now I'm relating this to your mind now to show you how important it is, because I was on the negative side for 7 years. Now, if I have to tell you my whole story, my whole life changed after an emotional impact. My brother passed away. He was 29 years old, leaving behind his wife who was expecting a baby. And I, being a very spiritual person, I was very angry at God. How could you do this to my parents, And I felt as an older child, the oldest, I needed to be responsible for my parents, to take care of them. So I was very angry at God. I was very angry at everyone. And slowly, before I knew it, 7 years down, I was myself going into depression, and I didn't even know it. So I think it's very, very important for us to understand how the mind works. It's not a joke, because I started seeing after 7 years, my kids were going into depression. We pass on the energy. Our emotions cannot be contained. They go everywhere. They go. When you go home and you are sad, and if you have a dog, this dog can sense that you are sad. So now imagine what more your children. If you are not in a happy state, it'll pass on to them. You don't have to say that you're unhappy. You could be putting up a smile, but if inside you're not feeling happy, that's what we all communicate by vibrations, whether we know it or not. When I learned that, I was like, oh my God. So I cannot even hide my feelings from anyone. I thought I could, but I was not. I had a mask on, but people can see right through your mask. So if your thinking is negative, you start to get worries and doubts. If you keep thinking negative, and now this was me, I'm telling you, this was me. I'm worrying, I'm doubting, I'm feeling everything is going wrong in my life. My brother passed away. Why? I kept on asking why. So that starts to become fear. Once it reaches your subconscious mind, the subconscious mind is, I think, 30,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. It will just take it and it will produce it in your life. So everything I could see around me was fearful, making me scared. That led to anxiety. Anxiety is not expressed, we suppress it. I was gaining weight. The body is not in a good vibration, negative vibration. That can lead to a state of dis-ease. The body is not at ease. And that leads to disintegration. But if you have a choice, you have the free will to choose your thoughts. You can think to choose positively. And that is the side of knowledge. But you have to study, because you cannot just switch from here to there without understanding how, right? So you have to get into a study. And with study will come the understanding of how you should think positively in all situations. When you are thinking positive for a period of time, you develop faith, and not blind faith. Blind faith is not worth diddly. Any problem comes, it just flies off. This is faith based on understanding. That puts you in a state of well-being. Well-being is expressed. You're in a positive vibration. It leads to acceleration. Your body is at ease. And now you're in a state where you can create. My video is off. I don't know if you're signaling the red box to me. Are you? Do I still have time? You're on mute. Okay. So when God wants you to grow, He will make you feel uncomfortable. Now understand this. We become big, yes, but we become too big for, like a child when his shoe size has increased, how the shoe starts to pinch him because it's time for us to get him new shoes. It's the same way. When we have grown so big for our position, God will make us uncomfortable because it's time to grow further. And this is what I discovered. Finally, it made sense to grow in awareness of your own deep reservoir of talent and abilities. There is so much potential in each and every one of us. God's gift to you is more talent and ability than you could even possibly use in your lifetime. Your gift to God is to develop as much of that talent and ability as you can in this lifetime. What are your unique gifts and talents? Do you know them? Are you using them? There's nobody like you. Your fingerprint is unique. Your signature is unique. We don't need to copy anybody. What are we here for? What did you want to be when you grew up or when you finished school? The career that is worthy of you. Did you follow that? Or were you too scared? I remember I wanted to be an actress. I was a great dancer, but I couldn't even voice it out. I stopped myself, thinking that my parents won't allow me. So it's all in the awareness. This is what we need to grow after we start becoming uncomfortable in life. There's a marvelous inner world that exists within you. And the revelation of such a world enables you to do, to attain, to achieve anything you desire within the bounds of nature. There is a reason why you're here and why you want to achieve your dream that is worthy of you. It's called your purpose. Your purpose, or the reason why you exist, is to grow and serve. How? The purpose of your life is to find your gift. It is the thing that you love to do. You would do it for free. You would trade your life for it. And when you live that way, you give away your gift. The meaning of your life is to give it away. How? By living it. You love it so much, you will do it so well. So what is the solution for humanity? How can we heal the world today? We need a new adult education system based on scientifically proven laws of growth and prosperity. The education, I'm sorry, is not for children. It's more for us, because none of us have really learned this. Children are just going to follow whatever we tell them. We are the role models. These are the two most important days of your life: the day you're born and the day you find out why. The root word education comes from the Latin word ducere, meaning to draw out or lead. The prefix E means out of. So teachers are here to draw out the potential and gifts of students. If you look at it this way, education should take on a new meaning. We should be asking children, what is your big dream? Dreams come a size big so we can grow into them. All men who have achieved great things have been great dreamers. And these are coming from people like Abdul Kalam, Dr. Abdul Kalam. Dreams is not what you see in sleep. It is the thing which doesn't let you sleep. Now you see why Ram Babu is never sleeping. He's always sending us messages. He has a dream. He has a vision. Oprah, the biggest adventure you can take in your life is to live the life of your dreams. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. So your goals are dreams with deadlines. And happiness is truly the new rich. Inner peace is the new success. Health is the new wealth. And kindness is the new cool. As you start growing in awareness of who you truly are, your inner world, your results in your outer world are going to just magically improve. And you don't need to change reality by fighting it. You just need to create a new model that will make the old model obsolete. So I want to ask everyone here today, are you truly going after your own dreams? Not the dreams of your mom, your dad. I know in India there was a time everybody was going to become a doctor or an engineer. You think if a person didn't want to become a doctor and he was forced to become a doctor, will he be a good doctor? Yeah. So red means over?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is the last slide basically. Remember one thing. If you are not growing, then you are dying, as nothing rests in the universe. So we all want to be growing. Thank you, everybody. Just on time.
Kavita, what a great speech, really eye-opener. Fantastic, I mean, very nice speech. It was touching the heart. Thank you.
Yeah. Kavita ma'am, you please cut down the sharing.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Okay ma'am, please go ahead.
Yeah, our second speaker is Jogna Johnny. He's from Indonesia. Now, he has got 5 minutes. He can give his feedback, his views and reflection on the speech of Toastmaster KAVITA RAMCHAND. Please, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, sharEvery, for good time for me to have my message to make a summary about what I have listened from Madam. At first, I think when I get a point about the goal, yeah, when we need to sum our goal, yeah, it means that we need to work hard, and based on the information, happy, our happiness, our heart, our word, yeah, it's get nothing if we are not have to manage about that, yeah, when we do something like that. And as we know, if our goal, yeah, is growing bad, yeah, because we can't manage it so well. And a few I get from these presentations, yeah, like in our life we have the positive and the negative side, yeah. I got from you the positive side, like well-being, yeah, and then we have for the negative I got from you, like worrying about, or fear, or anxiety, depressed. For me, I just give you some example of my students here in Indonesia. Actually, I'm an English teacher here in Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia. based on this life transforming Madam taught us, I think it's really related with us for nowadays, because all people around the world, we have some problem with the corona. So it means that as an educator, we need to motivate, we need to support our students, we need to give them life. They don't have to think about the negative side of that. For example, they say, oh, this is the corona, so I don't need to motivate myself. And they have to keep them their dreams. Yeah, I know from your everybody here, I bet you all, you have your own dreams. Yeah, but we don't know. Yeah, if our dreams come true or not, it depends on ourselves. What can we do with our dreams? For example, when we have our dreams, we need to work hard, we need to do something, and then to support about our dreams. And other ones, I wrote something about yours. Yeah, wait, I will look. Yeah, I put on my handphone. Wait a moment. This is wait. Sorry, I have to open this one. The secret to a happy, the secret to a happy and successful life, indescribable joy, admit that, the secret things in our life, but if we are not joy, what we are dreams for, and then we don't love our job, but if we love our job, we need to be joy, okay? So I think that's everything we do. We have to think in a positive way. We don't have to think in a negative, because we can reach our goal. That's from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I understood that first we should have our own goals, then only we can support others. Isn't it, Yognacham? Yes, thank you. Now, the next is Toastmaster Sarah. She is from USA, and she is going to have 10 minutes for the interaction with the audience. So please, round of applause for Sarah.
Thank you, Ms. Nilu, and respected Toastmaster coaches, coaches and mentors from sharEvery. It's an honor and a privilege for me to participate in this session. So yes, like Ms. Nilu mentioned, my name is Sarah Ramaya, and I live in the United States, and I work in the field of continuing medical education. My goals are to develop evidence-based, effective learning pedagogies or formats of learning for medical professions, and to extend it to other adult learners. So this session is a reflective session, and so I request those that wish to participate in this 10-minute reflection to turn on your webcams and to be available to speak. I'd like to thank Coach Kavita for presenting such a thought-provoking, enlightening, succinct, but a very loaded talk. She had many calls to action. So please note that the questions I ask are my personal reflection questions that I would ask myself. So as you proceed to answer these questions, remember it's not the end, it's a start. It's an opportunity for you to reflect and begin your journey. So currently in the South, in the United States, we have the pollen season, so I may have to quickly blow my nose, so please excuse my allergies. And so anyways, going back, we are going to call upon about 5 to 6 participants from the group. You have a minute and a half to respond to my question. Please introduce yourself, and you could do one of two: answer the question or reflect on the question. Tell us what you're going to do. Think about it. So life transformation coach Kavita spoke about the science of getting rich. She had a lot of action words throughout the talk. What lingered longer and resonated for me, words like success, results. The mind, growing, all action verbs or action words. So reflecting on what is your dream and to achieve your results of success. I have 5 to 6 questions. I'm going to call upon, let's start with Ortega from Mexico.
I think she has
Alright,
left
so-
from the meeting, Sarah. Call somebody else.
No problem. Let's move on to Shweta from India. Question is, what is your happy, healthy, and wealthy goals? Or what are your happy, healthy, and wealthy goals? Could be 1, it could be 2. You have 1.5 minutes, so please introduce yourself and proceed to answer or reflect on the question.
Shweta ma'am, can you hear?
Yeah, is this the question?
Yeah, ma'am.
He's asking me for my personal goals.
No, not Kavita ma'am. Shweta Maheshwari.
Yes, sir, I'm here. My mouth is actually not working.
Yeah. Please respond. Please respond to Sarah's question.
Sarah, can you repeat your question?
My question is, what are your happy, healthy, and wealthy goals? Or what would you like to have as your happy, healthy, and wealthy goals?
For all 3 of you, I would like to say that I want to live a satisfied life. In whatever I do, the entire day, the moment I wake up, I should be grateful. I should be happy. That will bring more happiness to me. And when throughout my day I try my best, I have this goal in my life that I shouldn't create any fuss inside for anyone. And if it has created, I should know how to resolve it. And when at night I sleep, I should be very peaceful, very calm, and I get a sound and satisfied sleep. That is my extreme goal of life, and that keeps me happy, healthy, and calm and peaceful.
Thank you very much. Second question is, and I just made a note of the names so that I can call upon you. Mr. Suresh Gaud from India. Question to you is, life coach Kavita mentioned 6 riches. Which ones would you choose? And how are you going to use these riches to grow?
Yeah, ma'am.
Or how to use these riches?
Okay. Namaste, everyone. I'm Suresh Gaud. I'm from Telangana, India. So here, actually, ma'am, I was not able to write those riches, but I was following. But as it was very lengthy, and I have written many things. But could you please tell me, ma'am, Kavita, ma'am, what were
The 6 riches,
Yeah, ma'am.
their sound health,
Yes.
peace of mind, doing something you absolutely love to do, a very positive attitude, freedom from fears and worries, and material riches of any amount you want.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Sarah, ma'am, could you please ask me the question, please?
Sure.
Out of them,
My-
which?
So of these 6 riches that Coach Kavita mentioned, which ones would you choose? And how
Yeah.
to use these riches, or how would you like to use these riches to grow?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Actually, I'm very new to all these kind of things, ma'am. So earlier I didn't focus on how to think rich and grow rich. But when I entered sharEvery, it is teaching me everything, how to live. Actually, the sharEvery is a life coach to me, and it has introduced me many people like KAVITA RAMCHAND ma'am and all the speakers. But when I joined, ma'am, I have been learning that love what you do. This is the best one, and I have been following. And this is what, ma'am. And I have a question to ask our host, ma'am. Ma'am, shall I ask, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm open
Yeah.
for questions.
Yeah.
It's allowed.
Actually, ma'am, it's really an amazing one. And every parent must attend all these type of sessions. Every parent and as well as teacher. Because at the age of 35, now I'm setting my goal. And by attending your session, I thought of asking my children what are their goals. So here, ma'am, my intention is many people are failing in getting what are the exactly things are there in children's minds. That is the reason, and they think that children are a bit impotent in selecting their goals at the age of 10th or intermediate or so. That is the reason they are putting goals. They are making them according to their wishes. So how can we change this system, ma'am? Because how can we change the mindset of teacher, a mindset of a parent?
See, this is where a new education has to be formed, a training for teachers, even for parents. Why? Because we are the role models. Say today I'm a teacher and I'm telling a child, you should live your passion, whatever you love to do. But if I'm not living that way myself, behind my words there's a vibration. And the child cannot communicate, cannot connect with my words because I am saying something which I am not living. So it won't work. This is why I say the education is more important for adults first. At the same time, yes, we give the children a new education, but more important than children, it's for adults. When my son was going to university and taking a subject not to his liking, and no matter how much I kept on telling him, why are you going into business when you're such a good graphic designer? He was not connecting. He was not listening to me. And then when I got into this program, I realized that because I had done the same thing. History repeats itself with our children. So if we want to change things around today, like today you ask your children what are their goals, they will probably look at you blank and say, but you don't have a goal, how can I have a goal? Does this word, are we using these words in our house? What is your goal? What are you going towards? I'll tell you one thing. I had taken out my children from the government schooling in Mauritius to put them in a private schooling. And it's a school run by South Africans, the American and all that. They had a goal card on Monday morning. Goals for the day, goals for the week. And then they had a session for all parents to come and explain to us what their system is. And they said, if your child doesn't have a goal, your child doesn't know where they're going, they're just going round and round in circles. Now, those are for kids. Imagine us. And especially we women who don't even think we need to have a goal. At least I didn't think. So you see where we are going wrong? So we need the education first. We need to become the role models first, and the children will just follow. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. This is what answer which I am expecting. Yes. First, parents and the education system has to be changed. And as that school, every school, every school has a goal board. It would be really a great idea. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Over to you, Sarah, ma'am.
Thank you. My next question is to, Sandra, Miss Sandra from Canada. Miss Sandra, Coach Kavita mentioned change in mindset. What are your immediate steps, or what steps have you taken to change your mindset?
Thank you, Sarah. As you can see from all this gray hair, I've been around a long time, a lot of decades. And I will assure you that change does not happen just because you snap your fingers. That's the first thing. We have so much instant gratification in the world today that when people think about why can't I have that, they have no idea the work we've gone through, such as KAVITA with her 7 years before we realized we're going down. I was into a depression at the clinical level as well, burnout from work, the whole thing where we go through living with these masks on. There was a time I was 7 years with Al-Anon, which is the 12-step program. And I got keywords there all the time, but I would just work on one thing at a time until I could get over that. One of the big things was I will choose not to react till tomorrow. Now, that doesn't mean I don't feel it in my body immediately, and I get it, but I don't have to act on it. I'll act on it tomorrow, because I have to stop with halt, which was one of the words there as well. Am I hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? Halt. If I'm hungry, go and eat. If I'm angry, sort it out. If I'm lonely, call a friend. If I'm tired, go and get some rest. Like, look after those things. And so that was one of my key when I stopped reacting. The next morning, a lot of it wasn't there. So I would have wasted all that energy. I go to prison and they said, yes, in here to be safe, we must put on a mask. And they looked to me to see how they're doing on the outside world. I said, sorry to burst your bubble. We all walk around with a mask. Have you seen me broken down and in my depression and crying? No. Have you seen me wondering what to do or what on earth will I say? No. But there are times when all of that happens. We change our masks. And I think the big thing that I got from today is just remembering the vibration that's under. What's our truth? What's the truth? That's all anybody's going to see. What is your truth? Live it. And if you're hiding something, that's your indication to yourself to go and explore that. So explore and explore and explore. So life is grand. I'm a Pollyanna from a long time back, which is always, oh crap, that wasn't so nice, whacks me down for the day. Okay, now let's off to the next thing and fix that up. So hopefully that made some sense. I kind of bubble along. I like life. Thank you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Sarah, it will be your last question, please.
My last question is to Miss Sonia Srivastava. So I like to do things in 3. I like to remember things in 3. My daughter says, Mom, you always give me 3 things. So here are 3 things for you. Taking, this learning from Coach KAVITA, she mentioned we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So Miss Sonia, what is something that you'd like to learn, something that you'd like to unlearn, and something that you'd like to relearn?
Okay, so what I would like to unlearn, I have a lot of fears in me. I would like to get rid of all those fears, because as KAVITA said that we pass them on, and I have a 5-year-old daughter, so I feel I do pass on a lot because there is a lot in me. So I want to learn how to get rid of all my fears so that I can do a better job as a mother. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to talk about what you'd like to learn and relearn?
Learn, there's a lot to learn, and right now I can't think about anything specific. I know there are many things that I would like to learn, and this session has been very informative. There's a lot of information that has gone in, and it has to sink slowly. But yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Over to you, Miss Neelu.
Thank you. Sarah, you had organized very nicely all the table topics. Thank you. Now, this Mr. Ram Babu, you have got 5 minutes to give your some announcement regarding your this meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. And I would like to request to announce the announcements for today's meeting. Sarah Ramya from USA, please come forward and give announcements about today's meeting.
Sure. Thank you. Again, thank you for joining this fantastic and engaging session. sharEvery is a global platform that is offered as a free service. We have 3 classes every week. Tuesday, we have a general class that is topical. Thursday, we offer English grammar sessions. Sundays, like this one, is a selectively offered advanced meeting. And every other Saturday, we offer exclusive and specialized sessions and we call it sharEvery Smarties. It's a program for children. So please join our live Zoom sessions according to the calendar that is shared on WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook Messenger. Stay on top of our schedule. With over 5,000 views and many subscribers, we are heading in the right direction. And we have a fantastic group of coaches. We have Coach Suresh Gaud, Coach Yamuna Rani, Coach Ram Babu, the founder of sharEvery. We have Coach Gautam Paul, and if I missed anybody else, please excuse me, but we have a fantastic collaboration now going on with Toastmasters from around the world. So please participate. This is a free service, and I hope to see everyone again. Over to you, Ram Babu.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. And see, if you'd like to continue the journey with us, already I have dropped all our platform links in chat section. And if you continue your journey, if you would like to join your hands with us, any new members, and you may join your hands by clicking on the links. And so other than that, and really Kavita ma'am, it's an eye-opening session, and everybody and have organized the best. And really this kind of meetings we are looking forward to enhance or to improve our knowledge as well as our experiences. Really, it's a very classical class, and we have watched today under mentorship of KAVITA RAMCHAND ma'am. Really, I feel very happy. And one more important thing, after every meeting, the next day or after 2 days, and definitely we'll edit and upload the same meeting video in our YouTube channel, and you may watch and get the knowledge over if you have any queries. So that's and now I would like to invite just have a look and share his experience. I think, is there Suresh Gaud sir and Shaji sir? No. Okay, Gautam sir, you please come forward and take 1 minute and please express your opinion over today's meeting. Just 1 minute. Gautam Paul sir, you please.
Definitely, sir. I would like to first congratulate Kavita ma'am for bestowing us such wonderful and such meaningful session to us. Being a parent, it's very meaningful to me. Really, it's an eye-opening session for me, and I can still feel the reverberation of this session. So it was a really, really great experience, great learning, great educational, especially for parents, I can say, because you told that children doesn't need education as they are in a foundation phase, but we as a parent need some education. We need to change ourselves. So really, I'm taking this note as my life note, and I will work upon it. Yes, there are so many follies within me. I need to correct myself. Thank you, ma'am, for making me correct.
Yeah.
And thank you for giving me the new light. Thank you. Thank you.
Over to Neelo ma'am, please.
Now the floor goes to our speaker, KAVITA RAMCHAND. Have you got any last message to give? You have got 5 minutes, please.
Yes, like I just mentioned, that education is very important for us adults, So my question to everyone is, are you ready to grow? Because it's very important to grow. Something we didn't even learn, but it gave me back my life, so that was priceless. And I want to thank every single one of you for your presence here today. Really thankful to all of you, because it's only thanks to you that I get an opportunity to bring this knowledge to the world. And everybody asks me, who is your niche market? I say my niche market are the children of tomorrow, our children. The small kids who are coming into this world. I don't want any child to be born and see people wearing masks, because that's what they're going to believe is the normal. So we don't want that. We want, and you know what? We can all contribute to heal the world. When the vibrations of each and every one of us rises, the collective consciousness of the planet will rise, and COVID cannot sustain where there are high vibrations of happiness and well-being. So that's what I want for the world. I'm on a mission for that, just like Ram Babu. And it will be my greatest pleasure to have you, to coach you on my sessions. Thank you so much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to end our section. And this, first of all, we are very thankful to Toastmaster KAVITA RAMCHAND. And then our special thanks goes to Sandra Ma'am for the introduction of the speaker. Then this 𝐊𝐀𝐈𝐄𝐈, he gave his viewpoint. And then the Toastmaster Sarah for having the introduction section as a table topics. And more than everybody, I would like to say thanks to Mr. Ram Babu and his team. They have started really great work. Free Global, this platform for English teaching. And we are so lucky that on this platform, we are meeting great speakers and we are learning from each other. That is the best thing we can do. And this, do you agree with me that now English is becoming international language for the communication in each and every area? So we have to learn, that is for sure. Though it's not first language, as I told you before also. But now it is very important, it's becoming international language for all the communications. So Mr. Ram Babu is doing a fantastic job along with his team. So we are very grateful, and he has given opportunity to me also and to other speakers also. So in the end, I would like to say, keep on learning. And today's mantra is, as Toastmaster KAVITA said, that make your goals, keep growing, and that should be our ambitious and we have to set the goals. So once again, all the audience, speaker, everybody, because without audience also we could have not made this program. So everybody, and for everybody, round of big applause for. Thank you.
Yeah.
Over to you, Mr. Ram Babu.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And I'd like to add just 2 more points. And thank you, and really KAVITA RAMCHAND ma'am and Neelu ma'am, as well as Johannes Joni and Sarah, as well as my she pushes me a lot. She's Coach Sandra, and she encourages me. And my personal thanks to everyone, as well as to the participants. See, due to a restricted schedule, we are unable to give you the time to interact to add your insights the coming sessions. That is why we planned to cut down the number. So we expected just 10 to 15, between 10 to 15, then only we all will get the time to interact. So that is why. And see, now this is the first session. We invite the people by enrolling the Google Forms, and even every coming Sunday session also we do the same. And so all the members want to keep in your mind, and if you want to act as a mentors or host on this platform, and the team definitely will welcome you or will take your lessons to grow. So, and thank you everyone, and everyone and my team especially, and the team is really working hard, and my sincere thanks to the entire team. And thank you everyone, and we'll watch this video tomorrow at 5 p.m. in our YouTube channel. And one more important thing, and finally I would like to add, and please subscribe our channel, and even though if it is free channel, and please subscribe and give your support and encourage, or then only the people know this goodness and try the globe. So thank you everyone, and with your permission we'll take leave. Shall we, Neelu ma'am?
Yeah, thank you everyone.
Yes, thank you, and good night everyone. And Suresh God sir, you please come forward and wind up the session.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Hope you are doing great. Thanks.
Yes.